up with Angela Yee? I'm Angela Yee, and it is a Wednesday, one of my favorite days of the week, because it is Wealth Wednesdays. And I'm here with my partner, Stacey Tisdale. Hey, Stacey.
Hey, Angela. Happy Wealth Wednesdays, everybody. We are very excited to have Miss Kaila'Cherie here from BlueprintUniversity.com.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having me.
And this is one of my favorite topics, right? Because we talk about entrepreneurship, we talk about starting a business, but there are steps to it. And so talk to us first, Kayla, about how you came up with Blueprint University.
So with the Blueprint University, it came up because I went through a whole experience with business, entrepreneurship for years. When I first got out of high school, I went to college at UNLV. I was studying pre-medicine, and then I just fell and kind of stumbled into the entrepreneurship side of it. I got connected with I call her my grandma now. My grandma now, she's like an older lady. She had this big, large 160 space building in Las Vegas, right by the airport. So she was like, I just need people to come in here. So I had the idea to make it like a Black Chinatown. So I wanted to invest in African-American businesses. So that's what I did. I had connected with a car wash, a tax service business. We had a restaurant and full of other things. So I invested into those companies. I ended up getting stuck with the car wash, and that was unexpected. But it gave me a lot of background on it. Of the business, because now I had to.
What do you mean by getting stuck with the car wash?
Yeah, the whole Black Chinatown did not work out as planned.
Didn't go as planned. So, I was doing partnerships with them, and the partnership just didn't go well. And sometimes they do. So I just ended up taking over the business because I had already got them contracts with like car rental companies and things of that nature, and it was making money. So I was like, well, I might as well just take it over. But I didn't know the stress that was going to come with the employee side of it and making sure everybody stayed. Cause
that part is tough. Let me tell you, dealing with actual people and making sure they're on time and they're on point and not stealing and being managed properly. All of those things are really, really hard.
Very difficult.
Definitely. And at 19, while I'm studying,
you were just 19 years old when you were doing all this, right?
Studying pre-medicine. So I'm juggling between school and going back there, following up with employees. So it was a struggle, but I got through it, and then I ended up going. I got into alarms, and then I was kind of like a sub dealer under, so we were building offices there in Vegas. That's how I got kind of my financial stability back. Was in the alarm industry.
Because you had to pull yourself out of bankruptcy, right?
Yes,
because that business had you overextended.
Yes, so I was trying to hang on to the car wash as much as I could, but at that time I was still in school, had to go get a job to pay my employees with the car wash because it was too much to juggle. I overextended myself.
I can imagine being in school and running that business. Yeah, by yourself at 19.
Yeah,
sheesh. Okay,
that's a lot. I don't want to go back that far, but so that was there, and then I tried to gain myself back up, did the alarms, and then we went to. I was finishing school, and then I decided I was like, oh, let me get into franchising with alarms with different companies. So when I finished, I saved up enough money, went through the bankruptcy, got discharged in 2018, and then I said, okay, I'm moving to Dallas because the market for the alarms was good. So I packed up, moved to Dallas, and then I got a franchise for home security alarms. Within that, I built up a team. It wasn't easy. Like, I got to Dallas, I still struggled for a bit, but I packed up and just came and went with it. And then I had built all these businesses, and over the period of time, people were calling me like, hey, can you help me do my LLC? Can you help me?
That's why I always wanted to get all the details of your story, because your story and how you pulled yourself out of it caught note of people.
Yes.
And they're like, I need to do that.
They saw me doing it. They didn't know the backstory of everything, but they saw me doing it. They're like, I want to get my business started. So I was just doing it like free fall, just hey, I'll help you out. But you did do
some research, like finding out that Dallas had the market for what it was that you were doing with the alarms, and then having the foresight to say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and pick up and move there. Because some people feel stuck in a place, and they won't make that move and take that leap and that jump.
Definitely. I consider myself a risk taker. So at that time,
you say that's what got you through.
Yeah, that's what got me through, was taking risk. And I wasn't, Scouts, like I didn't have anything else to lose. I had already lost it all. So I might as well just start off in a new city. The market was really good because Dallas was, at that time, it was building. Now it's like a mini California, but it's building up. It was building up, and they're building so many houses and stuff. So it was just a perfect market for alarms. When I got there, it was challenging with the first franchise I thought I was going to go with. It didn't go as planned. I ended up having to find another plan B, but that's who stuck with me, and that's how I grew my business within that. And from there, I just, help people along the way with their businesses, and they're like, Kayla, can you help me? They're just always calling me. And then so I was like, okay, later down the line, that's how I created the Blueprint University.
And can you imagine if you would have had the Blueprint University when you were starting and been able to have
knowledge.
A blueprint for what
Yeah.
you were doing? Because a lot of what you did was just throwing yourself out there, taking risks, right? But then how do you manage those risks that you're taking? Because I do agree. Sometimes the best things that have happened to me in my life have been when I felt like I had nothing to lose because I lost it all. So might as well go hard because what else is there to lose? This is the perfect time to take a risk. Some people put themselves in a corner and fight their way out, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And so imagine if you would have had somebody that could have been like, Kayla, here's what you need to do. Let's sit down. Let's come up with a plan. Let's do some research. Let's do a business plan. Let's do things in this more organized structure, whereas nothing is 100% guaranteed, but at least now you have an entire blueprint so that you have something to work off of.
Yeah,
There's so many things to unpack
so much.
in what you said. Obviously, you learned, when we talked a lot, you said your personal story taught you a lot about leveraging and delegation that entrepreneurs sometimes fail to do.
Yeah, so when it came to delegating, it's hard because, like I said, you want to be me in your business, but you have to separate yourself at some point so that you can go and rise to the top. Because if I knew then what I knew now, that's why I've created the Blueprint, I would be in a whole different position. Maybe the car wash would have excelled. It would have been nationwide by now. Who knows?
I saw Jason Derulo saying that the business that he has that makes him his most money is his car wash. It's a car wash business. Yeah.
It's a profitable business, but you have to have the admin in place, the financial aspect in place, somebody behind you, like you said, giving you that blueprint to be able to succeed in it. Because we know that as entrepreneurs, CEOs, we know what we want within our business. We have the idea, the vision. But if you're not an expert in that in finances, or you're not an expert in administration, customer service, whatever the job title may be, you'll end up failing, and you'll end up failing because you need to delegate that task to people who know that job.
And when you work with people, you also need to make sure we don't all do the same thing. I always tell people that, because some people want the glamorous part of a job where you're the face of it and you're doing this and you're having these fun meetings, not, where you're schmoozing people. But you do need people that are going to be okay with doing the accounting, like you said, doing administrative things, making sure they're handling day-to-day responsibilities, managing employees. Everybody can't do the same thing. People have to have different skill sets.
Yes, exactly. And as a CEO, you want to familiarize yourself with everything within the business so that you know it, but you don't have to be an expert with it and within it. So you just hire somebody to do that job if you know you can't handle that. And, some people may say, well, I don't have the money right now to do that, or but it's going to give you more profit in the long run. So sometimes it's easier to bite the bullet now, pay someone to do it, and then it's going to take you a long way.
Now, Kayla, when somebody comes to you and they're like, I have an idea, I want to start a business, what's the first thing you tell them to do?
First thing, do your homework on your business. What is it? I ask them, what is it that you want to do? Is this something that you're passionate in? Is it something that you are going to go grind in and out with it? Because that's what's going to take. That's what's going to, going forward, and as you go through all the trials and tribulations, that's what's going to matter. Is this key passionate to you? Because the car wash, that wasn't my passion. So it wasn't like I was, excited to just own a car wash. And that's probably where I lost, passion. And it was just a lot because I was on a car wash. But
so you weren't out there?
No, I wasn't. Okay. No, I wasn't.
You weren't born wanting
no,
to.
I didn't even know how to wash a car.
Have a car wash? Oh,
so it's like now that's an important aspect of it, because when you fall short from it, you want to make sure that you can also do the job as well.
Right.
And your employees, you want to, when they look at you, they're like, you don't even know how to wash cars. But
you probably would be so cute doing it, though.
Yeah, probably. I probably could have if I wanted
to. Wash my car.
I mean, you would have been very successful if you would wash cars yourself. I have no doubt.
We're in Vegas. It's hot, like 120 degrees. No, ma'am.
No sweating.
And another thing that you do, and you spoke about franchising, right? Because that's something you can help people with too, and that's really important. That's one thing that I've always wanted to learn about.
Yes, and franchising has such great opportunity. So whether you want to, and with franchising, it's because the name's already there, the customers, they already know it. So if you're trying to find something that's going to bring you cash flow within your business and take you to next level, you definitely should look into franchising, no matter what it is. I want to own a gas station one time. I'll franchise one of those one day. So, but you just know that the client base is already there. Mm-hmm. You just have to build your team and then just sell the product. It's easy. I love franchising.
It was an important part of your journey.
Yeah,
you said that ADT franchise really helped you get yourself help you find your financial footing again.
I was a sub dealer with them, but then I'm a franchise dealer with Brinks Home Security. But so as we went forward, as you go forward within that, you have that support system too, because they're established companies and they've already been through all of the hurdles, all of everything they know. So they will give you their blueprint and then take you to the next level. All you have to do is show up.
And then do the build out
and everything.
And make sure that you know where you're ordering everything from, the menu's done.
It's like
or whatever, if it's a restaurant or if it's something else, everything, the supplies, all of that.
All of it. You just really have to have sometimes the funds, the capital to withhold. But
something I know might be of interest to people who have multiple businesses.
Yes.
And just to give everybody a little snapshot of the blueprint, we'll talk about it more, but she helps you from your idea, set up your company, set up your structure, set up your paperwork, taxes, and even helps you become a franchise, which I know a lot of entrepreneurs are interested in if they need that. Talk about that a little bit, because a lot of people start a business, a lot of entrepreneurs out there, they might start a successful retailing business or something and want to franchise themselves.
So when you go into franchising yourself, you definitely want to make sure you've been through all the hurdles, all the hoops and everything. You have to be an established company for sure, because now you're going to be taking on individuals and they're going to be under you and they're going to be looking at you as, this is your main company, and you have to lead them for them to be successful. So you want to make sure that you are your company, whatever industry it may be in, home health care, bars, whatever the case may be, you can just build out that platform so that the people coming up under you will be successful as well.
And when it comes to getting capital to be able to start a business, that's also another obstacle. We talk about franchising and having to buy into a franchise, but there is a way for you to be able to get into this without having a lot of money, right?
Yeah, definitely. So there's, of course, we have business credit. I like to say corporate credit because separating yourself from the business is key for you to be able to generate generational wealth within your business. So you definitely want to do that.
You've even said to me that one of the most biggest lessons you learned was don't use your own money.
Yeah, definitely.
To start a business, if you can.
You can use your own money, but then you don't want to, because you just want to make sure you have a plan. So if you don't have the access to money, there's ways to build your business credit from there where you can get access to the funding. But I also make sure that every client that I work with, they have a financial plan, because you can get the money. I can say, okay, you have $100,000 available, $250,000 available, but you may only need $25,000 or $50,000. So you want to make sure we have an exact plan, because we don't want you to end up in debt, and then you don't have nothing else to fall back on. So we want to have that plan so we know that it's creating you revenue to be able to go forward.
Now, when people sign up for Blueprint University, what are some of the things that they can expect? And how much does it cost? Because you do have to invest in yourself in order to get this type of assistance. And so can you let people know what that is?
So every package ranges from, it depends on what the client needs. So if you're just coming to me, you're saying, hey, I'm just getting started, I just need my foundation started, just the structuring of my business, then that can range anywhere from $350. And then if you want just business credit, hey, I need help getting my business funding up, we have that at $999. And then if you need help scaling within your business, just like I need my business plans, I need make sure I have all my contracts in place, or need help with HR, hiring, employee handbooks, everything and the other. It just all entails on what that person needs, and that can go up.
A business plan is important though, because you need to be able to to have that on hand,
Yes.
on deck, in case somebody is ready to invest or in case you want to do anything. You need to be, people always say, okay, well, do you have a deck? Do you have a business plan? So you need to have that. And it also helps you.
Yes.
Right? It helps you making sure that you're on track with your goals. But you know what else you just said that is so important? An employee handbook.
Oh, yeah.
And tell us about the importance, because for me as a small business owner, having an employee handbook can save you a lot of stress later.
Yes, a lot of stress, a lot of lawsuits.
Exactly.
A lot of everything. That's key. I learned that early on with the car wash because we had W-2 employees. You definitely want to make sure that you have one. There's a lot of companies that set up payroll services. They will offer them to you as well. But you also want to make sure that all of your everything that you need within your company is in that employee handbook. To
Right,
You
'cause
help
if it's not
people
in there-
with that HR
Yes.
too.
Correct.
People could sue you for any reason.
Yes,
If
any-
you don't have an employee handbook and these things aren't laid out, they could be like, "Oh, this happened. I'm suing," because
Yes.
there's no employee handbook.
Yep. And then you also have unemployment. They can go back to you on that, but you say, hey, no, I have, in this employee handbooks, it says if you get 3 write-ups, then
Yep.
we have the right to terminate. So
Yep.
everything has to be detailed as possible so that you have to.
You offer all these wonderful services, but you said you describe yourself as an introvert who had to learn the importance of mentoring and community yourself, but you also
How
provide
ironic.
that.
Yeah, definitely. I am. I'm really to myself. Like,
Your sister, if you guys could be in here, she is so adorable. She's so cute.
Thank you. But I definitely, I'm really to myself. I'm trying to find this alter ego for me to be, because I know I want to serve people and I want to be a service to people within their business, because it was hard. Like he said, if I would have had, me back then, what I knew now, I could have went a long way. So I want to be able to offer that.
I
to
agree with
everybody
that. I
out
made
there.
so many mistakes in my first business, but it did help me, later on learn the proper way to do things. And look, we're all going to continue to have things that
Right.
don't work out the way that we went. But the question is now, how do you move forward and how do you handle that? You know?
You take it day by day. Surround yourself around other business owners, other people that are doing what you do, because they understand what's going on. So you want to just connect with people, network, walk into rooms that you generally wouldn't walk into, and just keep going and just be open-minded and go with it. But it's, as long as you want to be successful, you have the power in your mind, and as long as you do that, you'll always be successful within life.
And you really try to build a community through Blueprint. It's not like I'm just signing up for services.
No, so we do have a community as well. So it's a platform. It's $25.99 a month. So you can join. You'll just have access to all of those resources. So it's like a breakdown of a course. If you need to structure it, when you structure in your business, it shows you exactly how to start the formation of your business, whatever state that you are in. So this is kind of a more affordable route, if you want to do it yourself type work pace. We also, show you how to do your employee handbooks. All of that is just a one-stop shop where you have those resources and tools.
Well, it sounds like a good investment to me.
Definitely. Thank you. And I know it's not just us. Your expertise has been in Forbes. You've been at IncMac. You've been all over. And thank you for sharing your
Entrepreneur,
knowledge.
yes.
And you're starting almost a physical location.
Yes, in Dallas. So that will be coming later on this year, hopefully in October. But no official date yet. But I'll be having a one-stop shop physical location there where you can come get services in and provide a space for all entrepreneurs to network and collaborate.
That's amazing. Sounds like moving to Dallas was a great idea.
Yes, it turned out to be. Yes, I like it. It's chill.
How do people find you?
How do people find me? You can find me on my Instagram is Kayla's Blueprint. It's Kaila with an S, and that's Blueprint. And then you can also go visit our website at blueprintuniversity.com.
And that's where you can sign up.
Yes.
We're blueprinting.
Yes.
I love it. All right. Well, thank you. And she got
Thank
on
you
blue,
so
too.
much.
so
I
Yeah.
know.
it's
She's like, I
different, yeah.
have to advertise it.
You have to advertise blue so they see the girl in blue.
Yep.
Blueprint.
We went into a deeper dive, and we have more conversation about your personal journey and your personal lessons on Wealth Wednesdays for Entrepreneurs Facebook group. Everybody should join this amazing free group that gives you so much knowledge, Wealth Wednesdays for Entrepreneurs on Facebook. And tonight, we have Arnold Taylor on Wealth Wednesdays After Party with Jay White.
Okay.
The music executive is going to be breaking it down to Jason, and you can catch Wealth Wednesdays After Party with Jay White on Team Yee Facebook page, 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday nights.
That's a good one, Jay White.